Hi everyone, it's Emily Leiphart here for Tailored Expressions, and in today's video I'm sharing projects using the Diamond Masking Stencil Freebie promo for December. If you purchase over $100 in the Tailored Expressions web store, you automatically receive this stencil set. If you're familiar with the Tailored Expressions masking stencils, you'll definitely want to add this to your collection because it's so versatile, and I have 3 cards using different ways to use this stencil. If you're new to these masking stencils, you'll definitely want to start adding them to your crafty stash. I'm also using the Max and Millie stamp set on these cards. This stamp set was the first of 3 existing Max and Millie stamp sets, and this one is perfect for general friendship, hello, encouragement, and birthday cards. It covers a lot of occasions and is a great starter set, especially if you love cute critters. The color inspiration for this video comes from the new Pastel blender brushes. I'm using the ink colors that match the brush handles, and all 3 cards incorporate all of these colors either in the ink blending or a combination of both the ink blending and Copic coloring. Before I stamp the images on sugar cube cardstock, I'm using a pencil to draw the corners of the diamond on the panel so I can center the image and sentiment. As with all the masking stencils, there are etched rectangles for an A2 card, which makes it super easy to line up and center everything. Then I place the panel on my mini MISTI stamping tool and center both the image and sentiment. I always stamp them separately, and I know that the sentiment will end up being a little closer to the image once that cling stamp is removed, so I account for that when placing the image. I use Oreo ink to stamp the image and sentiment, then I repeat the same process on the second card. This time I've turned the diamond 90 degrees to accommodate a wider image and sentiment. The design of these cards makes it easy to create one-layer cards without coordinating dies for the images. This also makes them easy to mail, as well as bundle together in gift sets, which I often do. For my third card, I'm going to use the stencils in a non-traditional way, and it's the perfect way to feature my favorite image in this stamp set. It's Max sitting there alone with a hilarious expression on his face, and the meh sentiment pairs up perfectly with that. Now I will use Copic markers to color all 3 of these cards. I wanted to keep Max and Millie fairly neutral and add bits of color to the rest of the images, since there will be a lot of color added to the cards when I ink blend with the diamond masking stencils. I've listed all of the Copic colors in the supply links below, so be sure to check that out if you're interested in using the same colors. Now I'll put on some music and speed through the coloring process. After my coloring is done, I erase the pencil marks and prepare to ink blend. I roll up a piece of washi tape and attach to the back of the panel to hold it in place on my grid mat. Then I use washi tape to secure the stencil. I use the etched rectangles on the stencil to center the diamond and use the coordinating pastel blender brushes to add color. I start with the smaller diamond and use saltwater taffy. Then I use Pixie Spray to secure the mask for the smaller stencil in place. I switch to the larger diamond and ink blend with Lavender Glaze ink to create a border. I keep that mask in place and switch back to the smaller diamond and ink blend with Mint Julep on both sides. I thought about leaving the card like this, but then I decided I wanted to add some pink champagne to tie in with the big heart in the center. I use Pixie Spray on the large diamond mask, then turn the small diamond stencil sideways and finish the card. What do you think? You can get quite creative with these diamond masking stencils. For my second card, I'm going to ink blend a rainbow of diamonds across the top of the card, highlighting the fun image of Millie pushing her cart of cheese. For the center diamond, I use Mint Julep on the right side and Peaches and Cream on the left. I continue in rainbow order and use saltwater taffy and Lavender Glaze on the right. Then I move to pink champagne and back to Lavender Glaze on the left. This way, the entire image is framed with Lavender Glaze and there's not too much of one color. What do you think of this design? I think I love this one even more than the first card. Finally, my favorite card of the 3. Since Max is sitting there in the corner, that's where I'll start. And again, I'm creating a rainbow of diamonds, but this time I'm going diagonally up and across the card. I start with the large diamond and use Lavender Glaze. Then I switch to the smaller diamond for the next 3 colors and turn it in different directions as I ink blend with saltwater taffy, mint julep, and peaches and cream. I love how these inks blend into each other so nicely. Finally, I finish with the large diamond stencil and pink champagne ink. I love the quirkiness of this design and the simplicity of it. That's why it's my favorite of the 3. Since the cards are flat, I want to add a bit of shimmer to each of them with some sequins and enamel accents. I add some tiny silver stars around Max's head, which adds to his bewildered look. I add some clear drops to the holes in Millie's cheese, and I add 2 rhinestones to the frame of my first card. Here's a closer look at the finished cards. There's Max and a rainbow of wonky scattered diamonds. I just love the look on his face and that perfect sentiment. It's such a cute combination. Next, we have the small diamond stencil turned horizontally to create a tighter, busier rainbow. This orientation frames this particular image nicely, and you can see how the clear drops highlight the holes in Millie's cheese. Finally, we're back to the first card I made in this video, with Max and Millie and the diamond pattern taking up the entire A2 card. I really enjoyed playing around with these diamond masking stencils, and I hope you're inspired to create with them. Please let me know in the comments below which card design is your favorite. Thanks so much for watching! You can find all of these products in the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com. I'll see you again soon!